All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Clashing Conferences podcast. We are kicking off our first basketball group here for the year. We just finished up the OGs, wrapping up the football. Still got the members pod going. Baseball's in the near future, but right now we're getting focused back on basketball. So thank you guys all for joining. We're going to have a couple new faces with us, some new teams being represented. So looking forward to that. Today looks a little different because we're actually here in Juice's shop. What's up, Juice?
What's up? What's going on?
So pardon the audio quality if there's any issues. We're just here enjoying the fellowship together. So thank you guys all for joining. And, we're going to keep this set up in time here traditional like we normally do with our full format groups. So we'll just go around the room and we'll start with Christy. Christy, would you like to remind everybody which teams you'll be representing here on this podcast, and how's it been going for you?
I'm here chilling, representing Miami Heat. It's not going great. It's not bad and it's not good. But we'll just put it there. Mike knows the boat that I'm in. He's chilling right behind me in the standings. So yeah, I'm here representing Miami. That's a very much injury prone. Can't get their hoop in a group. I feel like I'm starting off the same way I did the baseball podcast talking about my team. So hopefully they turn it around and do what the Mariners did. We'll see.
It worked out well for you the last group.
It did.
For the most part. Yeah. All right. Patty, welcome.
What's going on? It only took me 2 calendar years to get on a regular podcast, but here we are. Here representing the Boston Celtics. I know that doesn't fit with my Pittsburgh mold, but they don't have a basketball team in Pittsburgh. I always grew up loving the Celtics. We'll get into a great story, I'm sure, at some point. I don't want to take the time now because it's a little bit lengthy, but my grandfather, lifelong Celtics fan, actually got the chance to try out for the team when he was younger and had some, tragedy in their family way before me or anything like that. But that's kind of where my Celtics roots grow. Excited to see Vucevic post All-Star break. I'll miss Anthony Simons. I think he's going to ball out in the Bulls. He's that kind of guy. But don't let Boston hang around, New York. That's all I'll say.
We have quite a few Boston fans here with our squad that we got going on. You're one of how many?
At least 3.
At least
Ben
3.
And Matt.
Yeah.
So at least 3.
It's 5. I think it's 5.
Yeah, you would know.
Yeah, I hate it. You're cool, Patty, but we don't deal with those folks around here.
Yeah, Matt's been representing the Celtics the last 2 years for us. He's given up his seat this year to let some other people step in. So we're happy to have you, Patty. And we know you know your stuff, sports in general. We know you got some controversial takes on basketball players specifically, but we're glad to have you here, and I'm sure we'll hear all about them. All right, I'm going to go off of this screen and switch it here to mix it up a little bit. Juice?
Oh, so I'm representing the Philadelphia 76ers. We're almost at the end of the process, so all is well. I'm just ready for this crap to be over.
How many years have it been?
10?
Decade or so, right?
12? 13? No, wait. 2014. So, yeah, 11. 12. It's 2026. God, 12.
Oh, man.
12
a long process.
treacherous years.
I had no idea what you were in for when that started.
At all. I kind of want to burn it all to the ground and start from scratch. But we have a bright spot with VJ, everything going on now. So I'm good. As long as we're building around VJ and Maxey, I'll be silent.
Waiting for you to say the bright spot was Embiid. He's crushing it.
I mean, no needs Joel is kind of great.
No needs.
But I still, as long as we continue to hold on to the process and hold on hopes, if Joel is healthy, like I'm chopped. Let's move on. It's time to get it push it. Time to get it pushed.
And you are one of 40 Philly fans within our community. It's got close to 40.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
We had to. Just a reminder, we are capped out on memberships for Philadelphia fans. That's officially
Yeah,
we are
but
capped
Steve,
out.
he's the only one without the last name Montgomery or Stanley, so he
He's
stands
legit.
alone.
He's legit. Yeah.
Facts.
And if I do remember, their take last year was, it's all right. We're fine. Around this time, they were still fine. They were fine around Christmas. It's fine. Joel Embiid will be healthy. They're going to rest him, and then he'll be out in the playoffs. Unfortunately, that requires you making the playoffs, and they weren't even close. So I appreciate some non-delusional takes on Philadelphia this year, but I do find them actually very intriguing this year.
Playoffs this year. As long as Joel doesn't fall off the map and stop playing games at all.
He's just gonna, as long as we keep this no back-to-backs, all that other stuff, it's okay. It won't be any awards, anything for him. But if he's healthy in the playoffs, and we're obviously going to play back-to-back,
You can beat anybody.
we got a shot. We got a shot, especially in the East, because I'm not believing, except for possibly the Celtics, which I hate to admit, I'm not sold on the Pistons just because of the youth, even though they got dogs. That's a great team. Cade Cunningham's a monster. I'm not really sold. The Knicks are frauds, all of them. With the soft kitty cat, I can't stand them.
Yeah, we have no Knicks. I'm sorry, we have no Knicks
Thanks
this
God
on this group.
Yeah, no hard feelings on that. I mean, I feel pretty good about that. We can still talk about the Knicks.
I'm
the Knicks
sure
will be
Karan
talked
will
enough.
be popping on here and there, and that'll be perfectly
I think the
acceptable.
Knicks will be talked about as much as they need to be talked about, and not a second more.
Yeah. Well, speaking of being confident about the playoffs this year, how's the Hornets doing?
Yeah, I'm back to rep the Hornets, and for the first time in a couple years, instead of me being here talking every week about what kind of draft pick we're going to try to get in the lottery, I'm shooting for playoffs. Christy said we're about tied with her in the standings, but we're on the upward trajectory here, and winning a whole lot of games in 2026 so far. We've been, without a doubt, one of the hottest teams in all the NBA for the past 6 weeks. So I'm hoping that continues, and talking about playoffs in a couple months here. I'm ready.
I got to give you your credit for Kyle Knipple, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, I do not give myself any credit for Con Knipple. If none of y'all remember, I was not excited when we drafted him.
I'll take the credit. I told you he was a stud. I'll take the credit, Mike.
I hate
because
Duke.
I juiced him up in the stat. I juiced him up in the chat. I juiced him on the podcast. I'll take the credit for Con.
You can take all the credit you want, Patty, because it shouldn't go to me. but the kid is a beast. He's only been getting better when most kids are hitting a rookie wall at this point. He is just shooting more and making more. He's on pace to shatter the rookie record for three-pointers. I mean, like, he's almost there already, and there's still, I don't know, 30 games or something like that left. So he is having a hell of a season, and our team's having a hell of a season. Brandon Miller is the man. He's the real number one guy on that team right now, and he's putting up 25, 30 a game, a lot of games here throughout the early part of 2026, and they keep putting it together. There's a lot of young talent there, and I'm excited for the future. We got a lot of extra draft picks going forward. That team's only going to get better. I'm ready.
So are you ready to move on?
Con Knipple is like a LeBron level, I think. Since, some people think he's the GOAT, he's literally like the biggest that's ever lived. He's so
You're
terrible.
the one that keeps him rent free in your head, it sounds like, brother.
Is it because of where he went to school, Paul?
That's a part of it. But I mean, if you look at him in the mirror, it's like, when people talk to like Shane Gillis, they're like, are you not mentally challenged? Like, look at his face. Like, he looks like he's mentally challenged. Like, I didn't know any other way to say it.
He definitely doesn't look like an all-star baller. I could tell you that.
Of course he went to Duke, so I hate him.
Yeah, I was going to say. He can hoop.
By default, but he makes it too easy.
Well, Paul, why don't you go ahead? Who you here representing for us?
I'm going to represent the Blazers.
Blazers.
I didn't grow up to be a Blazers fan. I kind of I started as a Bullets fan, but and then once they drafted Rasheed Wallace out of Carolina, I kind of followed him to Portland. I didn't follow him to Detroit after that, but stuck with Portland, which has had its trials and tribulations. It's the same thing as being a Redskins fan. I mean, we haven't done anything in a while. I mean, I'm very happy this year. I mean, we actually had an all-star, and ironically, it's somebody we traded for from the Bullets/Wizards. pretty happy about that. And with a extremely aged Damian Lillard pulled out the 3-point contest win because Devin Booker absolutely just killed Vegas or had I don't know. He should be investigated for what happened. I believe his performance at the end there, but I've been pretty happy. It was a great run. It's been pretty good for a while since we drafted Kevin Durant. Sorry, we actually skipped. We took Greg Oden over him. Never mind, just kidding. So it's been garbage for quite a while.
I love it.
Thing didn't work out too well either.
Do you know any Blazer fans?
So I'm not. I actually know several.
Really?
But to be for real, Dame is my favorite player in the league. So I don't think I don't have a picture of him on this side of the shop, but he's over there on the on my refrigerator pointing at Dame time. I don't think anybody in the world was more excited at the 3-point contest. I woke my son up out of his sleep because I had to watch it late.
Get up, boy. Get up, boy.
I am so hyped. And I didn't realize you were a Blazers fan, so I'll let you know. The NBA season always starts around my birthday. I'm going to Portland for the season opener next year to see Dame, just to see
Awesome.
Dame. I'm so much of a Blazers fan, and this is blasphemy. I know it is. I'll get shot if anyone from Philly sees this. When Dame came to Philly, what was that, 2023? Yeah, 2023. I wore my Dame jersey underneath my Joel Embiid jersey. And whoever won, that's who I was walking out with. So, he's a dog. That's my guy. But there are a couple of Blazers fans in there, mainly based off what he said, because of She. There's a lot of Blazers fans around this area, for sure.
Well, that's awesome. A lot better than Patty's story.
I mean, in Celtics, everything's better than Patty's story because of that.
It's so easy to hate on Boston. They're so good.
They are.
Yeah, it is what it is. Well, no, thank you everybody for joining here, and you probably will see some interchangeable faces as well. As always, this isn't like our everyday life. So, we fit this in between. It's our escape. Juice obviously has a barbershop to run all the time. So, I think John Stanley may fill in for him representing the Philly teams every once in a while. I think we got some other backups. And you guys have backups lined up?
Ben.
Yep.
I guess I'll try and see if Juice can be a backup for the Blazers. Damn. Forget about Philly.
Just because of it.
He sounds like a legit fan.
Paul, I heard that Greg Oden's available. I don't know how much
Dame.
basketball he's playing.
I
heard that Greg Oden's available for you.
If you look at him, he looks like 10 years older than Barack Obama. And I only say that because I saw, obviously Barack was at the All-Star game, and I saw a video of Greg Oden last week, opening basketball cards. Somebody had him as a promo, hey, Greg Oden stopped in the store, which is not any different than if one of us did, apparently. But I was like, oh my gosh, he got into the league. He was the first 39-year-old besides Arvydas Sabonis, also a Blazer. He was the oldest rookie I've ever seen, my eldest looking rookie I've ever seen in my life. It was unreal.
It's awesome. So what's the big thing going on right now for you guys' teams? You guys feeling excited, nervous? Is it just pretty mutual? I know we'll hold off on Boston comments for the time being, but everybody else.
Hey, Patty was talking about he was happy with Anthony Simons. I am very glad that we got rid of Anthony Simons' contract for sure. We were the ones that initiated that, and it looked good for about 18 seconds. Once the ink dry, was like, well, that was dumb. He was not going to be a corner piece for the team. Nobody that was really going to lead the team. So unfortunately, it was just kind of one that we have adopted quite a few bad contracts. We had Drew Holiday and who was it? Jeremy Grant. We got some pretty bad contracts out there, but we started to get rid of them. So I'm very happy to give Anthony Simons away. So you're more than happy to have him there.
No, I mean, I'm happy that he gave Boston what he gave him. I think they got a good deal. I think that trading him to the Bulls to get Vucevic was something they needed. But you know who he reminds me of is exactly what you said. He's never going to be your top scorer. There's going to be a name. I feel like Juice is going to appreciate this name the most, maybe Mike. But Anthony Simons, I watch him play, and I just see Danny Granger 2.0. Like, he was never the guy that you loved or dominated the game, but he gave you a lot of scoring with decent defense and good wing play. And I don't think he'll ever be a stud in the league. And Danny Granger might have been a little bit better than him. But
I would
that's who
say
he reminds
Kevin
me
Martin.
of.
I would go Kevin Martin because Danny Granger was a bigger guy. Anthony Simons is kind of skinny. I would say Kevin Martin.
Those aren't bad comparisons. I think the problem with Anthony, like you said, he's not a number one, not even a number two. To be for real, they should have moved Anthony into 6 men. He should have been Lou Will, Jamal Crawford type. He come off the bench, give you buckets, and sit down. Then he's a different animal at that point if he does that.
If he would have agreed to that, like Corey Maggette did, like when he, I wouldn't say knew his role, but accepted his role, it made him so much of a better player. If you can live with that, because it's a hard pill to swallow in the NBA. What did Russell Westbrook last year? Like, he had a real problem with it if he wasn't starting. That's wherever he wanted to go. He wanted to make sure he was a starter. But if you can swallow that pill, you can completely resurrect a career like that. And I mean, it's ridiculous. I know that 6th Man of the Year isn't the award everybody wants to win, but you could definitely be a 10-10 guy, a double-double guy coming off the bench. And
easily,
as far as the team,
the Kuminga conundrum.
Yeah. I mean, Jonathan Kuminga, I think, has all the talent in the world if you play him right. And when they had to play him, he went out there and he got numbers. He just doesn't fit with that team. So, I mean, I sort of wish him well. I also sort of don't, also, because I read the whole thing on
such a
on kind of the petty stuff about, like, he wasn't helping himself. He wasn't helping himself at all. When he was towards the end with the Warriors, and they were getting a little petty too, but he was having he was doing dumb stuff, just stuff that was just
both
ignorant.
sides were doing dumb stuff.
I think,
Paul,
I think it's funny that you mentioned the 6th Man of the Year not being what it was, but you look at the last 15 years of the NBA, and you could distinctly pick out every championship team having a very meaningful 6th man off the bench. Like, maybe not like the star-studded, but like a very, like, whether it's Sean Livingston for those Warriors teams, or Caruso last year, or even Pritchard for the Celtics 2 years ago, like, having that guy off the bench might not be the flashy thing, but it's such an important role in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree.
Christy, you happy with your roster?
Oh, God. I mean, where do you want me to start? Pat Riley, the demise of the Miami Heat for the last couple of years. I mean, the Jimmy Butler situation, onto not doing anything by trade deadline this year. My team
Don't feel
always
bad. I mean, you're not the first team to
we're
let
always that
Jimmy go.
play-in spot type team. Sometimes we get our poop in a group and we move up, we move down. Tyler Hero can't figure out how to stay healthy. Bam can't figure out how to stay healthy. I've got some great young guys in, like, Khalil Ware and Jaime and those guys out there, but it's just one of those things that we can't get all the pieces to come together. And like 3 years ago, we got super duper lucky and made it to the finals, and then just got our butts walloped. But since then, it's like, we just don't mesh. There's just a piece missing that we need to go with Bam. So, and I hate to lose Tyler because I love Tyler. He's a Wisconsin boy. But yeah,
Does that one piece make you playoff contenders?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like, there Giannis talks, Ja Morant talks. I mean, all those different talks for, like, potential into Miami. But there just needs to, I think there's just one more key player we need out there. And then it's not as 7, 8, 9 positions sitting in the East. It's more 3, 4, 5, I think. Well, probably 2, 3, 4, I would say.
Well, it can't be Hornets good.
We're better than the Hornets right now by like 3 games.
It's all
Chrissy,
hearsay.
does this surprise you?
It's all hearsay.
Does this surprise you that they haven't dealt Bam Adebayo yet? It seems like he is a great player and he's obviously a part of their core, but making that bubble championship seems like it, like, gave them some boost of maybe where they were. Not saying that they weren't
Well, I mean, we made the championship after the bubble too. I mean, that was the first year with Jimmy Butler, and then yeah. I mean,
yeah. No, I was saying like just to me, Bam doesn't fit like the mold of what they're doing right now.
You know, it looked like they were building great with Bam and Tyler together, and I was like, okay, we just need that third guy. And like, I was never a fan of the big three. I felt like that it was fun to watch that back in like 2012, 2013, and all those years. But I feel like it did do a disservice to people who were on the fence on the NBA. So I never wanted to see that happen again in Miami. Obviously, we had Josh, LeBron, and D-Wade, but I just, you just need that third piece, and you've got to have that to be a contender, and we're just not doing that right now. And we get on good runs and make a playoff berth somehow every year, and then it's either falls to the walls and we make it all the way to the finals, or we just bow out not so gracefully.
You guys got to find your process.
I feel like Pat Riley really lost it. I was a fan of Pat Riley up until probably like the last 6, 7 years, 8 years, I'd say.
You mean like 75?
Oh, I just did that, didn't I, Patty? I didn't even mean to. I don't even pay attention to that stuff. But yeah, I think it's time for Pat to go. And I think we need new.
Well, good luck with that.
Legend Pat Riley.
Pat Riley's like 75. Like we forget, even you talk about the history of basketball, like every time I think about Pat Riley, of course you think about the Lakers and coaching, all that stuff. My first thing with Pat Riley is going back to since we're in Black History Month, I guess I can talk about. Well, I can talk about whatever. We have my shot. But going back to the first time in history when they played first 5 black players, that was Texas Western. Pat Riley was the best player on that Kentucky team. Like that was ages ago, right? Like Pat's been around forever.
How long ago was that?
64. I want to maybe slightly before that, but I'm like
that seems late for that scenario.
Very but I mean
that's sad.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
Still, that's far back.
Yeah.
But Steve, the crazy part about that is that it wasn't even Blue Bloods doing it; it was Texas Western, right? Like that's the crazy part to me.
It was Texas Western, a little small school, and then I mean they came out and fried them, so you can't really say much. But Pat, like, and I'm trying not to talk about the Birds because I'm depressed with everything going on.
Thank you.
But
I could X you without a button.
But Pat seems like he's so stuck in his mentality. Like I get the heat wave. I understand holding guys to a higher standard with the body fat percentage, all the things. And I applaud it. Like, you know what I mean? You want to lock in when people to do stuff. But if you don't adjust your way of thinking, even the way you want to play, like with the style, like it's bad. Now, I thought they were making leaps because it seems like, in my opinion, most of the bigs that you guys have drafted in the last several years, even like pretty much from Bam on, like you got the Jovic kid and you got some guys that are like 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot that have guard skills. So I was like, all right, like he's adjusting. But then you don't use him like a Jokic. So it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't get these guys that have skill. Like I don't get why the Jovic kid. I mean, does he start now? Does he start for Miami?
I mean, our starting rotation changes every single game. We have a different 5 every night. It's insane. And throughout the full depth of our bench, like, yeah, I mean,
everybody's a 6 man.
Doesn't just let Spo coach, because Spo is one of the best coaches that's still in the NBA right now. Like, I love Spoelstra as a coach. He knows how to like handle and harangue those guys in, and I feel like his hands are a little bit tied with Pat. And like I said, just let them play their game, let them go, let Spo coach, and find one more guy.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, probably part with Tyler Hero.
Knipple.
No.
Collins
Knipple is going to be a lifetime Charlotte Hornet, and I should have known.
So I think the
I've
next
made some bonehead decisions before.
I think the next Knipple coming out, his name is Cager. Cager, I think
they're
is
all
the
K's.
One. Yeah, Cager, Kager is the next one I think coming.
Yeah, they're all KKs.
Yeah,
Watch yourself.
Perfect month for it.
Hey,
There's
I'm a
2 of
gay
them,
gay.
not 3. That would be
Oh,
confusing.
there's a
How many
lot
kids
more
are
than
there?
2. There's a lot more than 2.
It's just like
Yep.
the Plumlee kids.
Yes.
There's a bunch of
They're
them.
so annoying.
I think
and
there's
they
like
still,
5.
The Marshall, Mason, and Miles were all
Miles.
pretty annoying.
The next one isn't. Khan is the best shooter. The next one is the shiftiest though. His game is nothing like Khan's. So it's that's interesting to me to watch. Like you're all, I guess you got to be different. Like if you got one shooter in the house, I got to do something else now. So I guess that's how it feels. But you see him play, like he's tough. I've been watching some of his AU highlights, and he's a problem. And they're all gonna go to Duke, which
I can hate the rest of them then.
Yeah, for sure.
Mike,
when
you
you
know what
keep
the best part
drafting 'em.
about Brandon Miller is?
What's that?
That he's a shooter on and off the court.
I was just
There, I
gonna
was
say
just
that he
gonna
shot
say,
somebody.
That he was in the car for a drive-by, supplied the gun. You don't remember that at Alabama, Mike?
There's
He's
so
a
many
real
more
upstanding
guys out there
citizen.
like that.
He makes
I just
Miles
love
Bridges.
saying-
he makes
I say the
Miles
same thing about
Bridges
Jalen
look
Carter,
good.
so it's okay.
Same.
The same thing like Tariq Hill. Or Tariq Hill. Tariq Evans.
Yeah.
I'm going back. I was going back a little further.
So Patty, is Boston stacked up? You guys
I don't
top
know if
tier?
stack's the word, but they're
going to
be
stacked if
competing with
Tatum
the.
comes back.
That's the big if, and I think that trading Simons gives you a bit of information that they believe he's going to come back. I don't think they would have made the move for the big man, especially at Vucevic's age. I think that I brought it up, Bam up earlier with Chrissy. I think that he was their ultimate goal. I think they're happy with Vucevic. I've always loved Vucevic. I loved him in Orlando. I'm excited that he's in Boston. We haven't had a true big man. I mean, been rocking Al Horford the last couple of years, and we won with Porzingis and Horford together, which was awesome. But KP's health wasn't something that was a long-term solution, and they were never going to pay him after paying White and Pritchard alongside JB and Tatum. But I think that the top of the East is interesting. I won't use the word frauds with the Knicks. I know Juice will, and that's okay.
Juice will.
But I mean, for me with them, it comes down to I think they did get better at the deadline. I think that Alvarado is a nice piece. I think that I'm blanking on the guy they just got that got cut, and then they just signed him.
Shohan
from the Spurs.
Oh yeah, Sochan. So I mean, I think they're much deeper. I don't believe in Mike Brown. I think that would be my one knock that I would say on them is that I don't believe in Mike Brown.
I 100% agree with that. I just sorry to interrupt. I 100% agree.
No, you're good.
Mike Brown is you might as well have brought in Doc Rivers. It's not going in.
But I think that ultimately for the Celtics, it comes down to Tatum. It comes down to what does he look like? I've heard rumors that maybe they're going to roll the same starting 5 out with the way that Brown's been playing. Arguably he's playing like a top 3 player in the NBA right now. Like he isn't, but he's playing like that. And I've heard rumors that maybe they roll Tatum off the bench in the conference finals or NBA finals, depending on his health. If he's full bore, they're obviously legitimately the best team in the East just because of experience. But I think that Detroit is really good. I think that Cade's getting better. I think that Duran's getting better. I don't think the Knicks are pushovers, but again, I think that I'm not a believer in Cat, like Juice mentioned earlier. Like Brunson's a baller, and he proved it last year. But to me, where the Knicks are going to struggle, in my opinion, and just talking in them comparison to Boston and comparison to Detroit, I mean, I give Knicks all the credit. They beat the Celtics last year, fair and square. Celtics had a bad series, but they beat them fair and square last year. I have nothing to say about that. But no, I won't say that because he got hurt at the end of the series. They were kind of getting beat. What really happened was the Celtics had the worst shooting performance of the whole year. They lived and died by the 3, and they got to the playoffs and they shot 25%. And they got beaten. It happens. Knicks had a good game plan, but I don't see an NBA championship level team coming with two superstars that don't play defense. I know Mitchell Robinson helps them at center and when he's healthy, but Cat is not a good defender. Robinson is not a good defender. OG and Bridges help, but the best teams in the NBA, you look at the last couple of champions, like their 1 and 2 guards play defense just as good as they play offense. Like when the Celtics won, they had Derek White as one of the best defenders at the 1 in the NBA. Last year, like SGA is okay, but the other 4 in that lineup are plus defenders. So to me, the Knicks defensively, and they lost their identity through Thibodeau as a defensive-minded team, talking back about Mike Brown, that's where I see the Celtics being able to take advantage. But again, I think the caveat is it comes down to Jason Tatum's health.
If Tatum comes back and he is himself, they win the East, no problem. Like they're in the chip. It's not a debate. It's definitely not a debate. Like the Knicks, just to add on to what you said, the Knicks, everyone is a fraud if you're not a two-way player to me. Like Jalen Brunson is a bucket. We know. Cat is the self-proclaimed best big shooter of all time. Trash. He's a fraud. If you can't guard even they were giving Cat so many praises his last year in Minnesota. Last year? Yeah. When they went to he had to guard Jokic and all that. Which is cool, but like Jokic isn't taking you off the dribble. Like he's not attacking you the way you would attack him. And
you can also do that when you have Rudy Gobert next to you.
Facts.
Facts.
Even though he's the biggest fraud of all time. Every single one of those defensive players of the year should not count. And I'm gonna give you one reason that you guys have already probably heard this. But the softest
because he
man
started the
ever
pandemic?
to touch the league, Ben Simmons, who was afraid to shoot, has his career high on the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert. You let Ben Simmons, who's afraid to shoot, put 49 on your head. You can't guard a single person in the NBA one-on-one, but yet you got the 4-time, trash. It's trash. All of it's trash. They need to burn every single one of those trophies. It's horrible.
Yeah, I think they saw the block numbers and the rebound numbers and said, "Wow, this guy must be such a good defender." When in actuality, he's just a big guy who defends the paint, but he can't do anything else.
No, he's just a nail painter like the Knicks. All they are is nail painters, like Caleb Williams, just like nail painters. That's all they are.
Hey, basketball podcast.
I'm thinking wrong Caleb. My bad. No,
you were thinking of Jared McCain.
Patty, I want to ask you, seeing Dame shoot lights out in the 3-point competition, getting hurt just before Tatum with the exact same injury, did that give you more hope for the end of the season to see Tatum?
I like Dame. I've always liked Dame.
Oh, me too. He's my 3 seconds left. Who you hand the ball to when you're down by 2? It's been Dame for me my entire life. So,
I mean, I don't know if one correlates with the other. What would concern me on that end is that Tatum's game is not pure shooting. He's become a great 3-point shooter over the years. He really has. But what makes him special is his ability to drive and to play the wing, both offensively and defensively. And if you look at their title that they lost against Golden State, I will always tell you that the trade that hurt me the most was trading Marcus Smart, because he did everything for that organization. But what Marcus Smart could never do was take the ball up the floor. And that's when they got Derek White and Peyton Pritchard. And those two guys took the ball up the court instead of JB and Tatum. And that's when things shifted. So to me, with the Achilles, he needs to be able to come off the wing and drive, because at the end of the day, if he's sitting outside, it's hurting them more than it's helping them. And I think the thing that's the most interesting that Juice was talking about earlier is they get Tatum back full bore. You're taking Peyton Pritchard, who's a 25-point bucket and a decent defender, and now playing him against other teams' backup point guards, which is a huge plus in the playoffs.
And he's a bucket. even though he got clamped at Summer League the day after he dropped 92. I was at that game. Davion off night, locked clamped him. He couldn't even get a shot off. It was crazy.
You go to all the summer leagues?
Every big draft class. I'm probably going this summer too.
Okay.
Oh, this is
what a
huge
draft class we have
class.
coming up, baby. What a great draft class we have coming up.
Yeah.
I think it's only good from a freshman standpoint.
There's 8 of them. I don't know if I could list all 8, but there's 8 to 10 true freshmen that will be legitimate in the NBA. Off the top of my head, the Dabansa kid from BYU, the kid that's hurt right now for UNC.
Darren Peterson, or for Caleb Williams.
Peterson. And there's like 2 or 3 more. There's somebody on Houston. Yep.
Flagler.
Yeah,
and I want to say Michigan has one too.
Michigan doesn't have one. Illinois got one.
Oh, Illinois.
Houston did.
The kid
Obviously,
from Stanford.
Carolina.
Stanford? We lost it. UNC lost it.
Stanford was last year when they had Maxime Ronald.
Yeah.
The kid from Stanford. He's in there.
But I think the draft is going to be good from a freshman standpoint, but it's not, for the first time in a while, it's not going to be European heavy and not European heavy at the top. I don't know if there's going to be a non-U.S. player in the lottery for the first time in a while. So props to the U.S. for getting us back in there.
What up, everybody? The Beard is here. Hey, I want to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, the law offices of William P. Harrington. Credit card litigation, Chapter 7 bankruptcy, estate planning, estate administration, guardianships, they do it all. As a member, listener, follower, supporter of our network, they are offering you a 15% discount on these services. So if you are in the Pennsylvania or New Jersey area, schedule your free consultation today.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. Just a few quick reminders for everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Michael Jordan is the GOAT. And check out our fellow podcaster, Jim Montgomery, with This Day in Philly Sports History. Thank you.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Had a nice little half here. Got myself adjusted. Got myself a lollipop juice. We got these wheels we're going to spin. We're going to keep this going. We got 2 different wheels that spin. One has the actual categories. The second wheel determines if it's a team total or single player. Paul, you will be happy to know that it is a true 50% wheel. There's only one of each. It's not broken down into 4, 5, 6, 8 slivers. I know you had problems with that last year. So, oh no, that was just a couple months ago. Sorry. With that
You're just trying to make it dramatic for no reason.
Well, I did what I could. It kept landing on the same one. So I thought if I made it smaller, it might, anyway. Turnovers. Mike, do you remember from the first year we did basketball, we had this, and turnovers was a big problem for everybody that could not understand how turnovers could be a positive category.
I still don't understand it. I've been here for 3 years.
So I want to take the time in his first episode to talk about it. So turnovers is a negative category, but we got to keep it positive. So what we will do is whoever's team has the lowest of the highest number gets the point. Does that make sense? So
explain it to me like I'm 5.
Yes. So Mike turns over the ball 5 times. Patty, you turn over the ball 3 times. Patty gets the point.
Okay, got it.
Right? Simple?
Sure.
We'll see how this goes. So just wanted to clear that up.
Let's hope we don't land on turnovers.
All right, let's spin these wheels and see what we got.
It's going to be turnovers first.
Category 1.
Sure.
Turnovers right here. Here we go.
Almost.
Turnover single player.
Points team. Oh.
There's the dramatics ball.
See,
all
you
right,
rigged that
team
again.
total.
Yeah, that's definitely rigged.
2 slivers, 20 slivers.
You had to find that
no matter what.
Hey, man, it's a free wheel spin website. What do you want?
Here comes blocks. Go faster.
Assist, team total. I like that. That's a good category.
Mellow.
All right,
Doesn't
let's
like
get
when
one
his
more.
opponent's here.
Hey, Khan's putting up 3.6 assists a game.
Hey.
All right.
Field goals, single player. All right,
Brandon Miller. Let's go.
Brandon Miller. All right.
I love
Well-
Mike's confidence.
How do you guys think that's going to go?
Hornets are going to win.
Call
I
him
knew that
sweet.
was coming.
All
You call him sweet.
Oh, sweet.
All of them?
Sweet.
All right.
Who are you
Hard to
playing the
sweep
next
when we
couple days,
got
Mike?
like 15 teams represented this year, but I'm going to get one.
There you go. There you go.
I have faith. We play Atlanta on Friday night, so could I don't know. Again, depends on who's starting for me.
And it with basketball and baseball, it's challenging because there's multiple games that happen from now until next week when we kick off this podcast to see what the results are. So you will have multiple games to get a chance to get your highest stat. So just to clear that up as well, it's not on any specific game. It's just whichever game
Or the
your
lowest
stat was
of the
highest,
right? The
or
lowest
the
of the
lowest of the highest.
Johnny
That's right.
has 3 apples, and train A is going at 42 miles
That's
an
what
hour.
I feel
towards
like
train
trying
B.
to figure out the turnover category, Patty.
I'm just so boggled how this is so confusing. I still don't get it. Patty, did I explain it right?
No, you did, but you didn't have to say the most of the least. You just or the least of the most.
That's
You-
that's
all
the
you had to
vocab
say.
throw everybody off.
This is all you have to say. In turnovers, the team with the least amount of turnovers wins.
But that's
There you
not
go.
what it is. Because if a team gets 0 turnovers in a game, you don't actually win that.
I said it's the lowest of the highest.
Like it's like if
So you actually have to have turnovers.
So it's second place.
no. It's
well,
Here it
first
comes.
yes, Patty. Right.
I thought I was good until just this second. So I'm listening
But I
real
figured it
hard.
out.
there's 7.
until
I don't know
this
how many of us
explanation.
are there. 16 or 7. What do we got here besides Steve?
Sure.
6.
6 or 7.
So there's 6 of us in it.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
basically 6th place gets the point.
Yes, that would be the lowest turnover total. What else did I explain out of that?
You said 2nd place.
No, I said originally I said the lowest, and you go, no, it's not that.
Yeah.
Well,
And he
no,
said it like
because you
that,
were
too.
saying if a team
like how
got
you did
0
that, too.
turnovers, that's what they would automatically win the point, right?
Yeah,
No, because if you had another game that week and your team had 5 turnovers and that was your highest number for the week, your number is 5. Your number is never going to be 0.
so it's not a total.
Oh,
No.
I get where I
Oh,
know
it's
what
a
you're stepping in now.
one-game
One
Okay,
game.
Okay.
Oh.
I smell what you're saying.
And this is brought to you by Jim Montgomery, friend of the pod. This day in Philly sports. If you have a problem with your math, see him.
He might be able to figure it out. I'll show you the score sheet, and then you'll see it at that point. But I don't think it's confusing. Everybody else does.
This feels like the scene from Austin Powers 2 where Will Ferrell falls off the cliff. And he's like, if you ask me a question 3 times,
Yeah.
I have to answer it.
Yes.
And he's like, but that was the first question in a new line of questioning. When you said, where is Dr. Evil's secret volcano layer?
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Good analogy. 100%. All right. So let's just end this thing on just each of you. Just, what's your biggest look forward to just within the upcoming week, from now until the next time we get together. What are you looking forward to? Chrissy, why don't you lead it off?
A healthy team. I would love to see a healthy team come together and play and have a solid starting 5 for the second. Well, I mean, it's not technically the second half because we don't do the All-Star break in the middle of the NBA season. But, for this next part, I would love to see us come together, be healthy, learn how to play together, and put up consistent wins. Atlanta on Friday, so hopefully we start off there.
Juice?
That's
I'm looking for us to continue, or not continue. We got to move away from focusing on no knees and B and letting VJ Max run the show. That's it. As long as that's
You gotta
happening,
gotta get PG off the drugs though too. Gotta get PG off the drugs.
yeah.
I'm so disappointed that you're not the biggest Joel fan this year.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I am
There's a
glad.
shift.
I am glad
It's
to
a
see
small
him.
shift. He doesn't hate him anymore.
Yeah, I
like
don't
he
hate
did
him. I don't
last
hate him.
year.
I don't hate him.
But I was hoping he was going to embrace this thing since he was playing so good. And it's
I'm
more of like an acceptance than an embrace. It's like,
okay.
all right, I gotta like this guy now.
I mean, I still got my Embiid jerseys. Don't get me wrong. Like when he snaps. But it's clear like this guy is out here like 250 or a 50-year-old uncle out at the course. Like you can't even jump an inch off the ground anymore. But you're still a killer. Like he's a monster. Don't get me wrong. But like I feel like very much, and here you go, Patty. You'll appreciate this one. I feel like we're looking at a bigger, slightly, I'm not saying slightly more skilled, but more skilled version of DeJuan Blair. Where he's at right now.
Pit legend.
That's it. Pit legend, no ACLs. Like, but DeJuan was a problem. Like he could go. He could for real go. And Joel is like, it's clear he's a killer. But I feel like now, really, I fell out of, to what's your point? Like I hated him last year because the
You
Olympic
don't need
run.
a reason. It was rightfully so.
But it was the Olympic run. Because after the Olympic run, he started talking all this trash. I'm the best player in the league without injuries. A lot of people are the best player in the league without injuries. Like, let's be for real. Shut up. I can't stand none of that. I feel like you're acting like Cat now. Like, get out of here. We don't do that. We don't accept that here. And until like he really just snapped back in and got himself together mentally and just started hooping, like it has been a positive. But and I think it's great. It's good for the team, and at least he's accepting it. Like he's taking it on the chin. When he had the press conference, I can't even remember when this was. This might have been December, November at this point, and he was like, "This is Maxi's team." Like the fact, like you know it now. So now we can rock out. Like, will you still be a vital part? Absolutely. But like to be paying no knees $62 million a year, which starts next year. Like, I don't know what we could do.
Well, I gotta
I
be
know
honest.
that I know he said I know he says that it's Maxi's team right now, but I haven't completely seen that yet. A couple of years ago, I went to go see the Sixers play. They played the Knicks. My oldest son's a Knicks fan, and we went to a game. And or sorry, it was against the Wizards. We saw the Knicks and then the Sixers, something like that. I can't remember. Either way, it was all trash. But the way that Joel Embiid works is like
It's a scrimmage.
Like the coaches, like there's no interaction between him and the coaches. You can't see it when you're watching the game unless you're actually there, because I can see him off to the side on the bench doing whatever he's doing, getting ready. Whenever he's ready to go in the game, he doesn't tell anybody. He sits all the way to the far side and he'll stand right up and just go check in. Walk right past the coach. They don't even make eye contact. It seems weird. Like Embiid, like the way that he operates, like it's not like he's not in sync with like the coach. He just does whatever he wants. Like whenever he's ready to go in, he just stands up and just walks over to the scorer's table. And when he comes out, he's ready. He'd be like, "I'm out." It's weird. I think you need to get rid of him.
We can't get rid of him.
I was gonna say he owns them pretty much, right?
Nobody's
It's not.
paying
It's
him.
the contract.
Yeah.
To be real, like
no, I understand.
all right. So any of you,
Steve doesn't like me to talk about people like falling out of airplanes and things like that. But I mean, like, you just need to get rid of him.
No comment.
You said that very politely, Paul. Thank you.
Yeah, I know. I mean, how who's the guy on the Cowboys that like?
All right, get it off, Paul. Somebody go.
I'll go. I'm excited for three things. I want to see an update on Tatum's health in the next week. I'm sure we're going to get one post All-Star break. 2, I'm really excited to see Vucevic play with this group. Like, for real. He had, I think, less than 3 games pre-All-Star break. post All-Star line. And the third thing that I'm really excited for is Jaylen Brown to just continue what he's doing. Don't change a thing. Let Jaylen Brown be Jaylen Brown. Pritchard and Derek White have been phenomenal. I think Vucevic is going to be great. So, I mean, I would love to see them make a hard push at the 2 seed over the next couple weeks. So we'll see.
Mike, you want to go?
Everybody knows what I'm excited about. We won 10 out of 11 going into the All-Star break, so I hope that we keep winning coming out of it. We had 9 in a row at one point there in February. So hoping Khan breaks some rookie records. Maybe we get a Cooper Flag injury. Khan can get Rookie of the Year. You know, that whole games played thing, I only need him to miss 15 or 20 games, whatever it is. And generally, I'm just happy to get sports back, man. It's been a quiet week without the NBA, and not a lot going on. We got spring training, baseball starting this week, and basketball coming back from the NBA. So I'm excited to get some sports back now that NFL is over.
Don't speak about college basketball like that.
And college basketball,
No.
Olympics.
Yeah, I know. You guys know.
All right, you're not allowed in the March Madness pool this year. Sorry, Mike. You don't like college basketball.
March Madness is my thing, Patty. You know that. That's my number one sport. Other than opening NFL day, the first Sunday is my biggest sports moment every year. But not far behind that is March Madness. So I love me some college basketball.
Yeah, it'll be a PJ's outing, right?
There'll be 4 PJs out.
Yeah, let me know. I take on that Thursday, every day of the first day of the tournament every year. I take off. Honestly, I'm having a watch party here too.
Awesome.
So I'll be around.
I would love to go, Mike, but it's going to be the first. Actually, it's going to be the second week of high school baseball. So no shot I can make it, but I'd like to.
We'll get you one of these years.
Yeah, I know.
Paul, what you looking forward to this upcoming week?
Upcoming week, nothing. I'm looking forward to 4 weeks from now.
Donovan Clingan.
Yeah, 4 weeks and one more day. I was actually very excited that we got Kling Kong last year in the draft. I was happy about that. But the coming week, what am I excited about or looking forward to for NBA? Not a darn thing. I want it to be competitive. I want certain players to get hurt, and I want certain teams to do good. So, I mean, I like where the Blazers are headed. I would really hate to be like the 15th or 16th best team in the NBA, though. If you're going to be 15th or 16th, let's be 22nd worst team. You're 22nd best team. Middle of the road ain't doing you any favors come June. But I like where the team is at. I love that we had brought Damian Lillard back. This weekend proved that he is absolutely not washed. Not that I thought he was, but I mean, it's still pretty. I mean, they pretty much he looked washed on the Bucks, that's for sure. But I'm glad he's looking like the old Dame here. He's great for the city.
Rest in peace, Tony P.
Paul, do you want to give a quick update on the amount of...
Yeah, you can't be scared. I almost had a heart attack just now. What the heck are you talking about?
Paul, you want to give an update on the amount of championships that Jordan now has versus LeBron?
It's at least 6. It's just like a Joe Montana kind of thing. I don't understand it.
That's fine. Then Bill Russell's the GOAT.
Yeah, no.
It's fine. Bill Russell's the GOAT. That's fine. And Robert Horry's better than Michael Jordan while we're at it. Since he has 7 titles, right?
Good Lord.
So we're good. Okay, end the podcast. That's all we need. There we go. If we're measuring titles, Robert Horry and Bill Russell are better than Michael Jordan. You heard it here first. This is brought to you by Lotwin, Hype Chains, TCC Pod for 10% off your first order, and also Sparrow Hair Studios. If you want to be bald like Michael Jordan, visit Lean in Lancaster, PA. And remember that Bill Russell and Robert Horry are better than Michael Jordan, according to Paul. Good night.
There is zero question about who the greatest basketball player is. It's not even close. It's like the generations, like the 90s. Let's see, was the 90s better or the 2020s? Which one would I rather go and live again? The 1990s. Everything was better there. The pushing, the shoving, all of that, the people, everything about it. and Michael Jordan was a big piece of it. Why the 90s were awesome.
Okay.
This is about to start a whole other argument.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't need to go down this rabbit
But
hole.
also, so the only thing I'm going to say, before I say anything, I'm a Jordan guy.
Stop there.
Yeah.
Don't
And
I'm
we're
a
done.
Steve,
use
cut
the
the
B
podcast
word.
off.
I'm
Steve,
a
cut that
Jordan
right there.
guy.
use the
However,
B word. No B
I
word.
get annoyed when people try to act like it's not even a conversation, only because I feel like if we all could throw it up, throw the ball. If you want one guy to take a shot, you want one guy to do this, one guy to do that, whatever.
Michael Jordan.
I can see Jordan.
There you go.
But if you want someone to be the best all around best player,
Thank you, Juice.
It's
Thank
two
you.
different conversations.
Jordan.
No, it's not.
All right, the 4 categories that you would dominate basketball in: scoring, passing, rebounding, defense.
No.
Jordan wins in scoring and defense. He doesn't
two
win in
categories
assists.
for me. Offense,
Jordan can't win in
defense.
scoring.
Jordan crushes both.
He does.
But it's not just two.
It's not just offense and defense.
It's not.
Sorry.
And but then I'm gonna ask you
No,
this.
it doesn't.
If it's,
So
if
assists
it's
don't matter.
offense,
Get rid of the stat assists. It's gone. The NBA should never keep track of it again since it doesn't matter, Mike.
hold on. I got you, Ben.
Can we-
Ben.
Why,
So if
why
it's
can't we just
offense,
bring back-
defense, a part of being a great defender is steals, blocks, and rebounds, right? The only one that Jordan beats him in is steals, and it's barely in steals. The better, and are you talking about all around game again? Offense, you have to be a good offensive rebounder. You have to be an assist man. We know LeBron. No, that's not true.
Yeah, make sure your team
It's
scores.
not possible.
It don't matter
If
if
you-
you score, if you pass somebody else scores, as
What a
long as you
terrible take.
score, same thing.
So LeBron, who has the most points in NBA history, and he's number what? He's 4 or 5 in assists.
That's a
It's
That's
because
the thing.
that's the Jalen
it's
Brown.
because
Jordan
LeBron
got-
he
never
got-
had
I
to play
am.
against
Jalen
people.
Brunson
This
usage
is
award.
the only problem. So I'm a Jordan guy. I grew up in that era.
Don't sound like
But LeBron's senior year of high school was my freshman year of high school. So I've watched him from the beginning too. And I'm like, if there was one person, and I'm a basketball historian. Like I mentioned the whole Texas Western thing with Pat Riley earlier. Like I watched nothing but hardwood classics. I watched Jordan going back to Carolina. Like I've watched everything. I've seen it all, respectfully. And I know I didn't see it all in that present time, but I've seen it. There's not many games for either one I had to see. But all I'm saying, if you want to build a basketball player from someone that can guard 1 through 5, someone that can run the point, someone that can be your forward, you can't. That's not Mike. That's the only difference. Mike is the killer. LeBron is the all-around player.
I've said this since day one that you want to call Mike the greatest scorer of all time or the winningest player of all time. I'll concede those. I'll concede them. That's fine with me. Even greatest of all time, if that's your opinion and that's what you want to say, I'm not going to fight you on it. But don't tell me it's not close and that LeBron isn't comparable to him, because LeBron blows him out in 3 of the 4 offensive categories.
Now, I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to shut up. The thing that
never being Jordan's favorite.
it's not. I mean, it's not. It's not even really. This
He
is.
hasn't said anything in Jordan's favor since he said, I'm a Jordan guy.
Yeah, that's all he said.
And then he just started immediately defending LeBron at the time.
But the thing I've always said from Rip, they're not the same guy. In my opinion,
They're not.
Bron is Magic 2.0.
Yes, and
He's
Kobe
not
is Mike. Yes,
That's
thank you.
it. And it's like, if you want,
That's smart.
it's not close. And then even again, like I respect Jordan, I respect the era, but they also try to talk about LeBron being the soft there. Let's not act like he wasn't there before the rules changed. When LeBron first came in the league, like go back and look at the highlights. They were clotheslining my man out of midair to try to stop there. You couldn't do anything with it. Like those Detroit Pistons teams with Sheed, with all those guys. Like what did he dismantled them? It was you can't I have no problem with who you pick as long as you could say like there's a couple guys that are at the top. Like I think everyone should have like their 3 or 4 guys at the top. Whichever one you pick is your personal favorite, I'm okay with that. but there's only 3 or 4 guys at the top. That's it. And I'm done.
Go ahead, Paul.
You mentioned the Pistons, Juice. What I was going to say is you could get Dumars, Isaiah Thomas, Rodman, and Lambeer off the couch right now. LeBron doesn't last an entire game
You're an
without leaving in
idiot.
tears.
You are
He's
such
going to
an
leave in tears.
There's no way.
He's going to leave
There's
in
no
tears.
Bill
way that's
Lambier
true,
is a
Paul.
plumber. In any other era of the NBA, Bill Lambier is washing the toilets.
I understand that. I'm
He's not
saying
playing
he's-
center in today's
No,
NBA, especially at his age.
Are you not?
You just said that they could come off the couch today and beat him.
No, beat
There's
him
no
up.
way. And the reason.
Him up. I'm not saying they beat him.
Nah,
Okay,
nah,
are we
heck
having
no.
an MMA
Heck no.
contest with
Heck
LeBron
no.
James?
Physically beat him. There's no way he can drive. He can do this thing where he drives to the lane. He's going to do it twice. The first
No.
time he's going to get dealt with.
LeBron is
Second time he's gonna
legitimately
get
like
dealt with.
more
6'9",
built more
240
like
LeBron
an
is going to get beat
NFL.
up by
Yeah.
70-year-old
I'm gonna
Bill
ask you,
Lambier.
Paul.
than
I'm gonna ask you this, Paul. So to your point, you talk about them beating him up. Could they beat up Karl Malone? Because Bron's bigger than Karl.
Well, no, but Carl's not a fighter.
He's more athletic than Karl.
Well, Carl's not a fighter.
It doesn't matter. I'm talking
Are
about
we
physicality.
talking about the UFC?
Yes,
Like-
actually, that's what it
How
was
many
in the
on UFC?
90s. In the 90s, the early 90s.
That's
wasn't
not a
that
that's
bad.
not a
More
flex.
physical game.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean, I have that argument all the time with people. I'm
That's
like,
not a
LeBron
flex.
wouldn't last in the '90s NBA because he's not that physical and he loves to flop. Like,
Yeah,
Go
I,
They
back
would have
and
called
watch.
Steph Curry a wizard in 1992. They would have executed Steph Curry for witchcraft
No, they would have
in 1992.
They would have beat
Okay.
him. Nah. That's not true either. They would have beat Steph up, but honestly, they wouldn't have called him a wizard because that was Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Yeah.
If they let Sharif go, that's Steph. Excuse me, forever ago. Now LeBron, the reason I don't think the beating and all that's like the physicality. Go back and really watch like the first 2 or 3 seasons of LeBron in Cleveland. Like really watch the highlights. They were demolishing him. And that's the only way they could stop him. And he went through all of it. He's a bigger specimen than all of them. Like even Jordan said it in this one interview. And he talked about the comparison of them athletically. And he said, of course, if I had that much more height, that like LeBron and Jordan, LeBron's what, like 3.5 inches taller and like 60 pounds heavier. There's no way. Like we got to remember, we're talking about a guy who was all Ohio. He was an All-American in football as a tight end. The physicality is there. Like that's the one argument. Like even though yes, I am a Jordan guy, that is the one argument. Like I'm not gonna let fly because there's no way you could tell me he couldn't handle. Like he would have ran through them. He's jumping over Bill Lambier. I can't even say what I want to say. I'm trying to find a PG. Bill Lambier's head would have been at his groin. Like there's nothing they would have done to even like, and I respect Rodman a lot. I think Rodman was a great defender, all of that. What do you do if he's bigger and faster than you? Like that's not even a conversation. And like the stuff that people try to do to I'm not going to say dumb it down because that's not it, but to try to discredit his physical attributes, like even with Christy being a Miami fan, looking at Miami when it was the big three and all them, they had him coming in. They said he was 300 pounds. So you're saying a guy moving like that, that's the same weight as Shaq, and they were going to just beat him? No, there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
And if you'll notice, Juice, which I'm sure you had, I've never badmouthed Michael Jordan in my life. I think he's phenomenal. I think that the problem lies is that some people in this network who rhyme with schmall and other people would like to belittle LeBron while raising Jordan. Like
Hey,
that to
I
me
agree
is
with you
where
on
the
that,
disconnect
Patty. I
lies.
think that happens too much, and it's not fair to LeBron. It's really not. And we spent so many years not appreciating what he's done and what he actually is,
Right.
because he's had to live up to that Jordan, like he's had to live under that shadow. It's not fair to him. because it's
He
incredible.
should have picked another number
I got
besides
one more
23 then. LeBron should have picked another number besides 23.
The only thing I will say, and my weight's not going to carry as well as some of these other people in this topic, but going back to like the killer mindset, right? You can't. If you were to put Mike's mind and energy into LeBron's body,
Oh, he'd be freaking Thanos. Oh, he'd be Thanos.
there would be no
That's
comparison.
scary.
We would be saying
scary.
LeBron is the best.
Yes.
And it can't
Yeah.
go the other
100%.
way though. I don't think you could put LeBron's mentality and Mike's body and do what Mike did.
I agree with you to a point, but I will say that saying LeBron doesn't have the killer instinct is a bit facetious because
I didn't say he didn't. I just
think
said it's
that,
not
no,
Mike's.
No. I agree with that.
Nobody had
But
Mike's.
I think there's time, and I agree.
Somebody was
Kobe was the
close.
closest. Kobe was the closest.
Yes.
That's
And
Rest in peace.
yeah. LeBron's not even top 2 for me because Kobe's second.
That's because he was a Hornet.
All right, let's
So you
start
got
this next
LeBron
one.
at
Ready?
There goes Patty again.
Ready? Here we go. Ready? Nope, it's fine. But here's my conversation I'm going to make Mike have and Juice hop into and everybody else since we're, going long anyway. Tim Duncan was better than Kobe Bryant.
It's hard to argue that.
I mean,
Tim Duncan was the man.
So now you're putting LeBron fourth?
yeah.
No.
Terrible.
No.
I don't think
that's what I'm
Duncan
saying.
gets the
If
credit he
Tim Duncan
deserves.
is better,
He's
If
messed
Tim
up,
Duncan
Mike.
is better
He
than
never
Kobe
gets talked
Bryant,
about.
Fundamental.
That's my four.
It's a big fundamental. I mean, like
He never gets talked
never
about.
did- his game was so perfect. Like
I'm not saying. Listen, I could tell. I've said this forever. Similar to Juice's take, I think the top 5 should probably be those 4, and then I personally put Magic. I'm sure some people put Kareem or Wilt, but really, personally, I might put Kobe 5. But I'm not saying that to knock him. I think from 5 to 20, you could argue any way. You could argue 40 players from 5 to 20. You'll hear me say that I think that Kevin Durant is a top 20 player of all time, but because of the narrative behind him and what he did going to Golden State, there's people that don't feel that way. I didn't see Bob Cousy play. I'm sure my grandfather would put Bob Cousy as a top 20 player of all time. So I think from 5 to 20, it gets very subjective. But 1 to 4 or 1 to 5, if you like to me, it's really 1 and 2. If LeBron and Jordan aren't your 1, 2, I think that you're a little bit biased.
The only reason I can't put Kobe top 2, although he had like I
It's a
feel like
carbon copy.
it is no, it's not even that. Like I don't have a problem with that. Kobe still to this day leads the league in the most missed field goal because he would jack 1-on-5. He doesn't care. And that was
I'm
like
pretty sure
the
that's
only
just
that,
because of
like,
his
I feel
last
like he
game.
did that.
60 points on like 97 shots.
I wish it was just the last game because I would rest on that. But Kobe's mentality to a certain extent became a detriment to the team.
Well,
like
I think
you can't play team ball. That's the only knock I ever could.
I think that this ultimately brings up the great conversation of, and we can cut this off and pick up next week, but I think this ultimately brings up the great conversation of, do you value winning? And I know a lot of us do because of our upbringing. Do you value winning more, or do you value like being a better player? So like to me, this is going to catch a lot of flack. James Harden's probably a top 15 scorer.
was
And we
great.
lost.
Paul, it's time to win your
It
argument.
wasn't meant to be.
There you go. I mean, if that doesn't say it all, I mean,
Yeah.
the radio
The only way
gods, the
Paul
NBA
wins.
gods, the podcast gods are like, you know what? We are done with this bronze sexuality. We are done.
Absolutely.
So,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, let's end this. I know some of you guys got a members recording to do here soon. Appreciate everybody coming on. This is an awesome first episode, Juice. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
giving
man.
a shot
No
to us.
problem, bro.
This is great. And we will be back with our normal setup next week. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you in the chat.
The Hornets.